1. What she said about truth that is accurate. Truth is often rejected not because it's false, but because it demands change. This is well supported psychologically. Truth threatens identity, who I believe I am, how I explain my life, justification, why things turned out this way. When truth implies agency instead of victimhood, it creates cognitive dissonance. The brain experiences this as pain, so the rejection is not intellectual, it's protective. Truth tellers are often punished before they are validated. Historically and socially, this pattern repeats. While alive, mocked, attacked, dismissed. After death, reframed as necessary, complex, or ahead of their time. Why? Because once the voice is gone, the threat is gone. You can honor truth safely when it no longer demands response. That observation is accurate. Protecting feelings while ignoring outcomes creates long-term damage. This is a real cultural tension. A society can optimize for emotional comfort or corrective feedback. When comfort becomes the highest value, accountability feels like cruelty, even when outcomes clearly shows your dysfunction. That doesn't mean feelings don't matter. It means feelings are not sufficient evidence. Celebrating someone's death reveals unresolved pain, not moral clarity. This is also accurate. Celebration of death is not confidence. It's relief mixed with unresolved threat. When someone's death feels like a victory, it means the person symbolized something painful. The pain was never metabolized. Destruction feels easier than integration. That's not strength. It's exposure. Number 2, what is overstated or needs tightening. This is where we sharpen the claim instead of weakening it. Truth is rejected. Which truth and how it's delivered matters. Truth is not a single thing. There are layers: factual truth, statistical truth, moral truth, relational truth. People can reject the framing, the delivery, the generalization, the tone, while still being confronted by something real underneath. So it's more accurate to say, open quote, truth plus threat is what gets rejected. Close quote, truth that doesn't threaten identity often passes unnoticed. Correction is not cruelty, true in principle, incomplete in practice. Correction can be non-cruel, but correction without attunement increases resistance. This doesn't mean truth must be soft. It means effective truth-telling requires knowing what the listener can metabolize. Some people aren't angry because the truth is wrong. They're angry because the delivery bypassed their nervous system's capacity to stay regulated. That doesn't make the truth invalid, but it does affect the outcome. Men and women responding differently doesn't mean one group is immune to defensiveness. You're right that men often respond to correction with shame or withdrawal. Women often respond with anger or moral framing. But both are defensive adaptations, not moral distinctions. Different social conditioning, same underlying mechanism. Number 3, what's happening in the nervous system when people react with rage or celebrate death? This is the most important part. Step 1, identity threat triggers the amygdala. When someone hears, your choices contributed to this outcome, you are not who you believe you are, your expectations may be unrealistic. The brain does not process this as information. It processes it as danger. Heart rate rises. Adrenaline releases. The body prepares for fight or flight. This is not conscious. Step 2, shame converts to anger. For many people, especially those with unresolved relational trauma, shame is intolerable. Responsibility feels annihilating. Anger becomes a defensive shield. Instead of, open quote, this hurts because it might be true, close quote. The nervous system chooses, open quote, this hurts because he is evil, close quote. Moralization is a stress response. Step 3, the speaker becomes the threat. Once dysregulated, the message no longer exists. The person becomes the danger. This is why the reaction shifts from disagreement to character assassination, dehumanization, justification of harm, celebration of death. At that point, it's no longer about truth. It's about restoring internal equilibrium. Step 4, death equals relief from nervous system activation. When the figure dies, the threat disappears, the body finally downregulates. The relief is misinterpreted as, open quote, I was right, close quote. So celebration isn't joy, it's parasympathetic rebound after prolonged threat activation. That's why it's often followed by emptiness, not peace. Final synthesis, the clean truth. What the woman said about truth is largely accurate. with two refinements. One, truth is rejected when it threatens identity and agency, not simply when it exists. Two, the most extreme reactions are not moral judgments, they are nervous system failures. People don't celebrate death because they've won an argument. They celebrate because the argument finally stopped hurting. Truth doesn't need applause, but neither does it benefit from being confused with emotional regulation failure. And the hardest truth of all is this, open quote, if accountability feels like violence, it's because responsibility was never made safe. Close quote. If you want.
So that was about truth, and then Kevin Samuels, if you don't know, he was a person who basically told women the truth. And then when he died, women celebrated it because they didn't want to hear what he had to say because he was attacking them. And so that's what ChatGPT was talking about when it was talking about death or celebrating death. But the reason why I played that is because the core of it was about truth. And I'm going to give you some truth. And the reason why I wanted to play that was because it told you why you respond with anger when you hear the truth. Like it explained that in depth why you respond with anger. So this video is about single mothers. And what I'm going to say is going to hurt your fucking feelings. But I don't give a fuck because it's the truth. And again, I just told you, or I didn't, but ChatGPT just told you why you're going to respond with anger. But again, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. If it's the truth, I don't care if it hurts your feelings. If I'm dispassionate about how it makes you feel. If it's the truth, let it have its day in the sun. So tough titty if you don't like it. But so single mothers, why are you a single mother or how are you a single mother? It is 110% your fault. And when I say that, like you could say, well, the man came inside her, right? Like he could have pulled out and given her a facial, painted her chest with his semen, done a slew of other things. But I'm not saying he's absolved of any wrongdoing. I'm saying the buck doesn't stop with him because you opened your legs for him first off. And then second off, after he busted a buttery ass load in you, you kept the child. So there's like thousands of forms of contraception and you didn't utilize any of them and you fucking bore this child for 9 months. So the fact that you had this kid, it's not a mistake. You made a conscious decision. And where I'm coming at you is the truth, because when you have a child, it is a irreversible decision. You can't go back. Okay? A child is a serious fucking thing. There is no going back. It's an irreversible decision. So when that takes place, you need to treat it or treat the person you choose to have this baby with. You need to treat it as seriously as it needs to be treated. And what I mean by that is when you're the woman and you have agency over your own body, the whole my body, my choice nonsense, it's your body, your choice when this nigga is fucking blowing your back out. You allowed him to do so. So when you are deciding to have a child with someone, 9 things need to be present for you to accurately assess if this person is quality material for having a family with him and having the child grow up in a cohesive, conducive household, which means mommy and daddy pretend they love each other when the little niglet is around. Okay? That's what a coherent, cohesive household looks like for a child growing up. And so the 9 things are: first, you need to see how that man responds when he is successful. You have to see how he responds when he fails. You have to see how he responds when he has money. You have to see how he responds when he doesn't have money. You need to see what his baseline is. You need to see how he treats people who don't have any bearing upon him. And what that means is, like, say, for example, you're at a restaurant and he's disrespectful to the waiter. That shows something about their character. You need to see them when good things are happening. You need to see them when bad things are happening. You need to see how they handle challenges. And so to see all 9 of those things, it takes time to see all 9 of them. So when you've had a one night stand with homeboy and then let him bust a buttery ass load in you, you did not know those 9 things. When you dated him for 2 months and then had his kid, you didn't know those 9 things. When you were with him for 6 months, you didn't know those 9 things. When you were with him for 12 months, you didn't know those things. When you were with him for 16 months, you didn't know those things. When you were with him for 24 months, you didn't know all of those things. To know all of those things, it takes years upon years with this motherfucker to be able to see them in all those phases and see how they react to all of those situations. And once you see all of that, then you can assess whether they are someone that I want to have a baby with. But every single mother, none of you did that. If you had a one night stand, you didn't know those 9 things. You were with him for 18 months, you didn't know all of those things. And you still bore his child. So the truth is, you done fucked up. Because you were the one who was the gatekeeper of whether this motherfucker lived or died. Right? You can kill babies. Okay? So you were the first domino because you opened your legs, and then even after he busted in you, again, not saying he's absolved of any wrongdoing, I'm saying you could have changed the narrative. You have the right to change the narrative, and you chose not to. So you are fucked up and you are wrong. And again, women will be like, oh, well, I didn't know he was going to be that type of a man. That's even more of a reason why you shouldn't have had sex with him. I didn't know he was a piece of shit that couldn't keep his dick in his pants. That's even more of a reason why you shouldn't have had sex with him. I didn't know 6 months in he was going to think it was okay to beat the shit out of me. That's even more of a reason why you shouldn't have had a baby with him. Okay? You shouldn't have opened your legs for this man because you knew nothing about them. So the fact that you did open your legs for them, you let them bust a buttery ass nut in you, and then now you try to hit me with the woe is me. No. It don't work like that. The truth is, you made a poor decision. Having a child isn't a mistake. Okay? A mistake is I'm walking down the street, I tripped and I fell, or I stumbled. That's a mistake. Having a child isn't a mistake. You made a poor life choice, irreversible life choice. You made a poor one, okay? So you having multiple baby daddies, that's on you. You made poor life choices. You've proven you have no idea how to vet men properly, okay? No fucking idea how to vet them. And I've never heard those words come out of a single mother's mouth, that I'm the problem here and I'm the reason that this kid doesn't have a father. Okay? I didn't vet him properly. I've never heard those words. And so when I'm coming at single mothers, I'm saying just tell the truth. You done fucked up. This is on you. Because you opened your legs for him and you didn't know what type of man this person was. Or you couldn't have known. And so that's even more of a reason why you shouldn't have had sex with him. But you chose to have sex with him. So you reap what you sow. This man was a piece of shit. You opened your legs for him. Now you deal with him being a piece of shit after. And you can't hit me with the woe is me. You done fucked up. Your poor choices are why your child does not have their father in the picture. Your poor choices. You decided to fuck this dude. And then this dude, is a deadbeat or doesn't want to be a part of the kid's life or anything like that. Why are you having sex with men like that? Why are you fucking fuckboy Frank? maybe you shouldn't have fucked fuckboy Frank, and then he wouldn't behave like a fucking fuckboy. The only way fuckboy Frank is going to behave like fuckboy Frank is if you let him fuck you. So you were the one who let him bust his buttery ass load all up in you. That's on you. Okay? That's on you. So admit where fault needs to be admitted and accountability. That you done fucked up. You find yourself in this single mom position because of your poor choices. Okay? It's your fucking fault. And again, women will say that, oh, the man tricked me or manipulated me. If you's a baby daddy, like you got fucking 3 baby mamas, there's no way you're a master manipulator. Okay? If you have multiple baby mamas or even one baby mama, the chances of you being a master manipulator are so small, it's damn near irrefutable. Like, if this dude is busting nuts in you, there's no way he's a master manipulator, okay? There was clear red flags that he was this type of a nigga, and you didn't want to see those red flags, okay? Like, say, for example, you're on a date with a man. He's driving you to the restaurant. You guys are having a grand old time. Someone cuts him off in traffic, and he's like, you motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You trying to tell me that's not a sign that this person doesn't know how to handle their anger? You sitting in the whip with this dude. He taking you to a restaurant. Someone cuts him off in traffic, and then he's saying he want to kill a motherfucker. You trying to tell me that's not a sign that this motherfucker has some anger issues? So please miss me with the, oh, he tricked me, or he is a master manipulator and he hid all these red flags from me. Bull fucking shit, okay? Most men are not a master manipulator. There's a very small percentage of people that are master manipulators. So this man is not a master manipulator. You got 3 fucking baby daddies. Every single one of them is not a master manipulator. Okay? You're just god awful at vetting men. So admit that you are a terrible judge of character. You got babies with multiple niggas. You are a terrible judge of character. Okay? And again, those people that are like, oh, I have to co-parent. Your child isn't a fucking hot potato, okay? When you have a kid, they are not a hot potato. So it's not I get them, they get them. I get them, they get them. I get them, they get them. Your kid isn't a hot fucking potato, okay? You don't just pass the kid around like it ain't shit. This is a person's life, okay? They need to be in a coherent, conducive household with both fucking parents. Okay? So this co-parenting shit, that's nonsense, and just cope. Because you fucking suck at vetting people. You suck at deciding who is going to be a good partner, who's going to stick there through thick and thin, who's going to help you raise this child in a coherent household. You aren't good at judging that. So admit where you are at fault here. And so I want to also talk about how mistakes and poor choices, because I know that all too well. So I have a pornographic flick of myself on the internet. Okay? It's a pornographic video in nature. And I'm obviously not a current porn star, and so I have no inclination of being a porn star. So why the fuck do I have porn on the internet? And again, you can tell in the video that I was like fucking 12 when I fucking shot it. Again, obviously I wasn't legitimately 12. I'm saying I was very young, okay? I looked like I was fucking like 18 in the fucking clip. So implying that I took it a long time ago and I was very young at the time. But did I make a mistake? No. I made a god-awful life choice. I made a poor decision, okay? As long as the internet is around, that video is going to be on it. So I made a poor life choice. So I'm giving you this example to illustrate that I know what that feel like. I know what that be like. And to say I made a mistake is asinine, because I didn't make a mistake. I made a poor life choice. So when you fucking some fuck boy and he shows his true colors, you made a poor life choice. You did not make a mistake. You don't have a child by mistake. You had to bear this child for 9 fucking months. There is no mistake going on here. Okay? And again, you fucked so-and-so. You're not the Virgin Mary. You didn't fuck nobody and then got pregnant. Okay? So you fucked homeboy. So how is it not your fault that you find yourself in a situation where you got this kid, he's looking at you or she's looking at you, where's daddy, and daddy's not around? Or daddy lives in a different house. Or I only see daddy every other weekend. Why did you have sex with daddy? And again, all these women, all these single mothers, you were with this dude for 6 months, then got pregnant. You were with him for 8 months, then got pregnant. You had a one-night stand, then got pregnant. You know nothing about this man. And you still chose to lay with him. So it's on you, and it's your fucking fault. Because you chose to lay with him. You didn't know this man. Again, women will say, oh, I didn't know what type of person he was. That's even more of a reason why you should not have had sex with him. You didn't know him. You didn't know him through and through. I don't care if you met him at the club and then he's like, I'll love you till the end of time, baby. And then you're like, okay, I believe you. Now I get to bend over and let you blow my back out and then get pregnant. And then we're going to live happily ever after as a family. You're a fucking idiot, bro. You knew nothing about this man because he said, oh, I'm going to be with you till the end of time. One fucking night. Now you think, oh, I can have this man's baby? You're a fucking idiot. You reap what you sow. Okay? You done fucked up. And all you single mothers, admit you done fucked up. You are the issue here. And again, a child growing up in a broken home is not conducive to their growth and development. So do everybody a fucking favor and put the child first the way you're supposed to as a fucking parent. And then again, there's going to be people that are like, oh, you're not a parent, so you can't comment on this. Actually, I can comment on it because I've never flown a helicopter before. If I look up in a tree and I see a helicopter stuck in a tree, I can say that motherfucker done fucked up. That pilot done fucked up. I've never flown a helicopter before, but I can tell that motherfucker done fucked up. Okay? And not only that, I'm the one talking about it from a non-biased perspective because all of you are parents. All of you have kids, so you're thinking about it from a biased perspective. Well, I'm not talking about it from a biased perspective. I have no skin in the game, so to speak. So I can actually speak about it coherently. You are looking at it from a bias. So your opinion is actually the one that doesn't fucking matter. Because you're speaking from a bias. I'm speaking from a non-biased perspective. So actually, so to all those people out there that's like, oh, you can't comment. Actually, I can. Actually, I can. Because I see a fucking helicopter fucking stuck in a tree. That motherfucker done fucked up. That pilot done fucked up. Okay? I don't need to go to aviation school to fucking know that. That motherfucker done fucked up. Okay? So all you people out there that's like, oh, you can't comment? Shut the fuck up. Yes, I can. So I played the video at the beginning to tell you why at the end of this you're going to be mad at me and why you are mad at me because I'm speaking the truth. So I played that to show you why you're going to be mad. And now that you've heard all this, now you're mad. And I just told you why. And I showed you why earlier. So that's why I played it first. And then I gave you my 2 cents. And then I shitted on all you worthless, disgusting single mothers. Because you are the fucking problem. You done fucked up this child. Children are fucking sacred. And you are treating them like they're not. Like, oh, fuck it. This nigga, I fucked this nigga up. Who fucking cares? NBD. Not my problem. Once they hit 18, out of my hands. Who cares? You fucking disgust me. And I'm looking at every single fucking single mother. And you are a single mother if the baby daddy is alive and well and the motherfucker ain't in your house. He does not live with you guys. You guys are not together. If you have a kid with somebody and that motherfucker is not in the picture, you are a single mother. Again, if the motherfucker died, it's a different set of circumstances. Your ass was fucking raped or some shit, different set of circumstances. But I'm talking consensual, and this motherfucker is alive and well and just off to the winds. You done fucked up. And shame on you for putting a child through this. Because a child didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. So you putting them through this, shame on you. So, to all you single mothers out there, stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.